We have been in a fog, and as we emerge, we see the world's been pushed to the brink. And so have you. I'm Dr. David Owers, I'm the Doc of DeFi, and I invite you back to the garden. So a few months back, I was here originally talking to you about the garden and the various things in here, and making analogies to the crypto space and to the various assets that are there, particularly in the coins. So I promised I would come back, and here I am, because if you see closely, we have our first strawberry of the season. I don't know if it's well seen there, but there it is. So yes, so this strawberry patch is 4 years old. It's an everbearing plant variety, so it will bear strawberries over and over again within the season. In other words, if you picked all the strawberries off of one of these bushes, it will continue to produce more. That's what everbearing means, as far as I know. I'm not a huge gardener, but I like to do a few things. So, and then of course you see back here, most of what's going on is all green. There's no more flowering plants. And the one that was a little sickly is actually picked up, which is this one right here. Yeah, it's actually got green. And our Jurassic plants back here, quite large, and they're about to sprout some tall flowers. And we still have the hibernating pampas grass, but it may not come back. I might have had too harsh of a winter and a bit of freezing on it. And of course the rhododendrons are nice and green now. We've got the black dragon tree, which is neither black nor dragon looking, and our fake monkey puzzle tree right over here, looking really nice, however. And there is our yews, our guards right here. They're looking splendid and wonderful. So the analogies I made, if I recall correctly, this strawberry patch was just to make the analogy of the fact that it's a nurturing. So what you do is for the long term, and yeah, this is going to be great. It's going to bear some fruit, and it was for the long term. The rhododendrons with the different colored flowers were the different altcoins, and as you can see, they're no longer flowering, just like the bear market. They're no longer in their best. However, doesn't mean you need to throw them all away. And even the one project that was quite sickly is doing pretty well. So depending on, as you can see, that one sickly plant, or perhaps that would be a very risky project in the crypto or metaverse space, is only one very small portion of everything else that I have here in my garden of assets. So for me, I let it go. I didn't have to do anything about it. And of course, the project that is named something interesting but doesn't look anything like it is doing really well. All right, so sometimes a project will try and embellish itself with a lot of things and maybe fool people into taking part in it. And so that's that one. And my fake monkey puzzle tree right here, that represents an idea that you can maybe find platforms that are a little more in your financial window of investing, that are similar to a much more expensive one, or a much more complicated one. So perhaps the analogy of sandbox and alluvium can be that way, depending on how you look at it. Alluvium per land can be a little more expensive. It's much more complicated. It's much more strategized by, whereas sandbox can be a little simpler. And of course my guards, right, which would be my stablecoin, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So yeah, and I don't think I shared this one way out here, my exotic here, which is a Hinoki cypress. So that is actually quite a neat one too. So it's almost like my NFT in my garden selection here. So I'm happy that my little strawberries are coming around. I'm also ending my fast in a few hours from now. So that will be something that I will use. Berries are actually something that you can use in this sort of slowly coming out of a fast type of scenario, probably the next day or the next morning. So we'll check that out. So we will see you on the next video.